Well, good morning, everybody. It's 7:30 Eastern Time. It's 1:30 in Amsterdam. And that just had to go. Sorry about that. We talked about some stuff. Sorry, and I'm just a little bit distracted because camera doesn't seem to work. Sorry about that. Okay. Last week I left you with this number of shares table thing, and I want just to share this with you one more time because it's something that you might want to see. Okay, what we got here is the number. This is stop loss from 10 cents to €1 or dollar in this case. And then you can also calculate the stop loss, including spread here, 1 cent, 5 cent, and 10 spreads. You can make this like you want yourself. But this is how I trade. And how I trade is, well, let's say that there is a buying power of 50,000. And let's say that, and let's say that you want to risk 1% of your buying power. That's $500 on every trade. So if you have a risk unit of $500 on every trade, then what you want to make is 3 times that amount. As you know, I play with 1, 2, 3. So this is then the $500 that you're risking, and you want to at least make 1,500. So if you do this and you have this amount available, then you're going to be okay. But it's also possible that you say, okay, that's just far too much for me. I only play with $250. That's also okay. Then you can then do that also. And then your risk unit is 250. You just have to fill in here the percentage that you want to risk on your buying power for every trade. So this is not a risk unit per day, but this is risk unit for every trade that you make. And I do that like this because then I know in every trade that I am in, I don't have to calculate anything because first I had these here on my wall so that I just could see, okay, how many shares should I buy on a stop loss of 10%, of 10 cents, of 55 cents, of 90 cents. So if I now, let's look at this example. Let's say that this is my risk unit, $250 on each trade. Then with a stop loss of 10 cents, and let's say that there is no spread, then I buy 2,500 stocks of, in this case, F-cell. So F-cell is $6.89. If I buy 2,500 shares of those, then this I pay 17,225. My stop loss is 10 cents. You see that here, 10 cents. So $6.79. That's my stop loss, and it means that there is always no more than $250 loss on any trade that I make. That's my risk unit. I aimed it for $7.19, so I can make $750. And that's a 1-to-3, not a 1-to-2, but a 1-to-3 ratio that you really want. So I'm risking $250 to make $750. And I do that with every trade that I make. So that's, I think, a good way to risk your management when you're trading. because it's simple, and you can adjust this. If you say, okay, even 250 is too much for me, you can risk $5 if you want to, and then the same thing goes. So if you have a small account, you can do the same thing. You just buy 50 shares, your risk is $55, then you're gaining $15 on every trade that you make with this system. So that's how you do that. So if you have a big stop loss, like here, $1, that's far too large on FCL, of course. But if you have $1 stop loss, that's just stupid, because if you buy it for $6.89 and your stop loss is $1, then it would be five. What was it? This would then be $5.89. So, and this would be yeah, that's just too stupid to think of even. So let's not do that. So that's not something that you want. But what you can do with smaller amounts, of course, is that you can put in a risk unit of, for example, oh, sorry. Risk unit of $125. That's also, I think, workable. And if that's too much, then what you can do is you can say, okay, so you can adjust this. My risk unit will be $75 on each trade. Is going something wrong? There is a comma missing, so I just filled something in that was not right here. So, but that's how you can manage. And we went a little bit fast around that managing of your trades in our latest session. So this is how you can manage your trade and really manage it before you even get in. So let's look at our watch list right now in order to see if there is something changing. Let's look at NEO. Can we trade NEO today? Let's look at NEO first. Well, tries to get there. When did it do this? Okay, yeah, this is what we saw. So this was the pre-market open, and it fell down all the way here to this mark here, 63.64, 43.64-ish. Then tried to get back up here, and is now trying to close this gap here. First the gap here to pre-market open. So that might be something that you want to watch, but I would rather see that all the way go to 46. So NEO might be a trade now today, and interesting to see if this. So we've got a real nice bump here on a 7 o'clock opening. So at 7 o'clock there are a lot of trade platforms opening, and as is on 8 o'clock, and then this. There's always something happening at 7 o'clock. And now it's even above VWAP. Just a little bit above post-market close yesterday. The volume is not all right in order to do something right now, but yeah, might be interesting. So now that this thing is above VWAP, we might just want to look at something that's also interesting. That's the VWAP bounce. So you can just play the VWAP bounce like you can play it on any level. I like to do that into the opening. It's just gets out of in the first minute, gets up, and you don't have the opportunity to get in. Then what you want to do here is play the VWAP bounce. So let's say this is VWAP into opening. This is the perfect. You can play this one on either side, of course. But let's say, assume that it goes down, went up first, and then comes down again. Then you missed this play. You don't want to give into FOMO. I did that more than once. So, oh, it goes up, it goes up, it goes up. I'm still going up. Now I'm going to buy it. And well, experience learns then that you're in a lot of trouble because I always buy it somewhere here or something. So I don't do that anymore. And now I'm just sit back and wait and see if there might be a VWAP bounce. So all the way up and then bouncing here on VWAP. And then this one getting up also. And then the perfect VWAP play is that's from textbook is that it confirms it another time here. So bounce up, confirmation of that VWAP really is a strong level for this one. And sometimes you can just wait for that if you miss this one also, which can happen, of course, while you're watching all those screens. So it falls down on the VWAP there, gets back up. So this is another entry point here in this example. So this might also be an entry point. We learned that from the bounce here on this level, for example. If you're getting in, if you want to play this, you can also get in here. This is more it's not a confirmation, but it's not as dangerous as just buying the dip here. If you just can excuse me for a minute, I have to take this one. So sorry about that. That's something that I had to take care of. Might just call again in a few minutes. So this is the VWAP bounce, and you can get in here also at this point here, 44.66, right on the bounce here, and then get in here, and then if so, then you win this complete candle to the upsides, but at the same time it's riskier because something like this might happen also. So if you play it with no confirmation, just get in here, then you don't know what's going to happen on the next candle, and if it falls under the VWAP, then be sure that you have your stop loss right on the VWAP. Otherwise it's might just be a big loss, because when the stock falls under VWAP, that's normally what you see, something like this until the next level, because VWAP is something, well, if you check all the videos and all the gurus out there, VWAP is always something that people wanna use as a level, and it's a good level. So to the upside and to the downside. So that's how you can use VWAP. And well, in the case of Neo, you might want to look at that play. So this is going away now. And I'm going to watch Neo today. It's the most interesting, I think. Just a quick look to the other ones. This is NAOF above 266. So it did not what I expected it to do. It just faded here. And I thought, well, if it keeps fading, then it's not a play for me. But got all the way up now here to this 266 level. And it's going to be a secondary runner. So room to these levels here all the way to 292. And then 3 So that was just not what I thought that would happen today, but someone was at the door, and that was my next appointment, and I thought that he would come at 3 o'clock, but it turned out to be 2 o'clock. So we're going to pick this up tomorrow, just to do a quick live update. Sorry about that. If you're going to trade today, trade safely, and I will do the rest of the update tomorrow, or maybe at just before markets open. But follow me on Twitter, and you will know if I'm going to do that. Thanks for watching.